Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Maybe people glance your way and then look away quickly. Maybe they seem cautious or even uneasy around you, and you have no idea why. According to Carl Jung, this may have less to do with your behavior and more to do with your aura, the invisible force that emanates from your inner psyche. Today, we're diving into 7 powerful signs that your aura might actually be intimidating to others, all through the lens of Jungian psychology. Get ready. This one might explain more about your life than you've ever realized. Carl Jung believed the human psyche had layers: conscious, unconscious, and collective, unconscious. But he also hinted at something more subtle: the presence of what we might call an aura, a psychological atmosphere that radiates from our inner world. To Jung, this wasn't just spiritual fluff. It was deeply psychological. He spoke of individuation, the process of becoming your true self, and how this journey gives people a kind of psychic gravity. When someone embodies their shadow, integrates their desires, and accepts their fears, they begin to radiate something powerful. That radiation, that's your aura, and it can be so potent that it scares people who haven't made that journey themselves. So, let's explore the 7 signs that, according to Jungian principles, your aura might be too intense for the average person. Jung said, "In all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order." When you walk into a room, you don't need to speak to be noticed. Your presence itself carries weight, not from ego, but from a deep internal alignment. People feel it. This isn't about arrogance or dominance. It's about energetic congruence. You're not performing. You're simply there, fully, authentically. And for those who are scattered or insecure, that can be deeply unsettling. Jung's theory of the shadow self teaches us that we all have hidden parts, insecurities, suppressed desires, fears. Most people keep theirs buried, but when you've met your own shadow, you can recognize it in others. This gives you a kind of X-ray vision. You pick up on micro-expressions, contradictions, and subtle signals others don't even realize they're giving off. People feel seen, and not everyone is ready for that. In fact, being seen too clearly can feel like a threat to those still hiding from themselves. Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But most people spend their lives becoming what others expect. When you live outside societal scripts, whether in how you speak, dress, think, or choose your path, people get uncomfortable. You reflect back their own compromises. You don't play the roles, you question them. And that makes you unpredictable. To those invested in the status quo, your presence is a quiet rebellion. And rebellion, even silent, is intimidating. One of Jung's greatest concerns was persona, the mask we wear in society. You, however, aren't interested in masks. You speak truths, often uncomfortable ones, not to provoke, but because you've spent time digging into your own psyche, and you value authenticity over approval. This honesty cuts through social pleasantries like a knife. People used to small talk and surface-level interactions might find you too much, but really, they're just not used to realness. Jung believed silence wasn't empty. It was full of answers. You don't fear silence. In fact, you invite it. You're not compelled to fill every space with words, and that quiet confidence unnerves those who rely on noise to avoid inner stillness. When you're comfortable in silence, you create a space where truth bubbles up. And that can scare people who aren't ready to hear their own. Carl Jung reminded us that what we reject in others often reveals what we haven't accepted in ourselves. Your aura reflects deep inner work. You've faced your demons. You're not afraid of the dark. You've danced in it. And because of that, your energy becomes a mirror. Without saying a word, you might activate someone's insecurities, guilt, or unresolved trauma. They might dislike you instantly, not because of who you are, but because of what you represent. A version of themselves they've never dared to become. Jung's goal for humanity was wholeness, not perfection. When your aura is aligned, people feel the gravity of that wholeness. You become a catalyst, not by teaching, but by existing. You challenge people to think deeper, feel more, and confront parts of themselves they've ignored. And while they might resist, roll their eyes, avoid you, even criticize you, the truth is, your presence is planting seeds. Seeds of awakening. You're not just intimidating, you're transformational. So, do you recognize yourself in any of these signs? If so, don't dull your light. Your aura might scare people, but only those not yet ready to shine themselves. Carl Jung didn't want us to conform. He wanted us to integrate, to become whole. And wholeness can be overwhelming to those still in pieces. But that's not your burden to carry. Keep walking your path. Keep doing the inner work. Keep radiating that quiet, grounded power. Because the world doesn't need more likable masks. It needs more authentic souls. If this resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Which of these signs have you experienced? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because on this channel, we go deep.